Since this is the week of September 11, I thought this was an appropriate time to talk about a touchy subject, emotional eating. Now, I did have a little bit of difficulty getting people on camera, but I did it. Welcome to Sarah RD TV episode 4. Emotional eating is a subject that comes in every weight management that I lead, both adults and children. And the first thing that people think about when I say the word emotional eating is a person sitting on a couch with a pint of ice cream feeling sorry for themselves. But there is a happy time when people are eating. Birthday parties, showers, milestones that we celebrate, and those are times where we may not necessarily be hungry, but we're eating because everybody else is eating and we're happy. Then there is the sad part of emotions, and food can be a combination in that as well. Some people lose their appetite when they're upset, death, tragedy, and they usually lose weight. Other people may turn to food when they're dealing with stress or a crisis, and they will either gain weight, feel more sorry for themselves, and they set themselves up in a cycle. In that case, it's time to see a mental health counselor and a registered dietitian who deals with eating disorders. And then there are people that think, hey, the world's going to end tomorrow. Let's live it up today, eat gluttonous, eat like kings. So now I'd like to show you some videos of different people in different stages of life and how they handle stress and crisis and food. We're also going to meet a person who will enlighten us, and maybe it's not just food that we're craving in times of crisis. Let's take a look. So you were 10 years old 10 years ago. And I just want to know if your eating habits have changed now that you're 20, since what's been going on in the past 10 years?
Well, when I was 10, I can remember food or eating food being more of an experience, like enjoying food and enjoying the taste. And now that I'm 20, I just really I would rather just not eat if I could. I'd rather just kind of have to eat to keep on living.
So you eat just to live, just to keep alive. And if you had a choice, which you don't, you would skip it because it's not a pleasure.
Yeah, I would definitely skip it.
So the question is, are you a stressful eater, or how do you handle stress, and is food a part of that?
I definitely have a history of turning to food for comfort. Mm-hmm. Definitely when I'm feeling stressed about many things of the times or in my immediate family, I definitely turn to food when I feel really stressed.
But do you find balance in food? Have you learned?
What has helped me, I'm moving to eating more whole foods, spending more time thinking about preparing meals and having my family eat healthy, so bringing more balance with food is helping me not turn to food in real stressful times because I'm not eating all of that processed junky kind of food.
So you've learned over the years what it takes to balance or how to get through a stressful situation. And not to just turn to the food.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay, so the question is, have your eating habits changed in the past 10 years? Obviously, because you're in your early 20s now. And because of what happened 10 years ago today, do you think it makes a difference in how you eat now?
Well, 10 years ago I was a kid. It was basically what my parents fed me, which was not, we were low income, not healthy food at all. And now, knowing what I know about food and how what you need to live, I think I try and eat more like fresh, natural, organic foods, and I don't eat meat, and like you feel better, and I feel like you'll hopefully live longer.
Okay. So quality food so that you'll have a long life.
Yeah.
So when people are going through a crisis or times of stress, what do you think they're really craving? What's your experience with that?
I think that people like to put their hope in something, and Sometimes what people don't realize about the word hope is that it's not like I wish for something, but instead the word hope means that you are looking for something certain to happen. And so when people are craving something, they're looking for, what do I put my hope into? So if they're craving and trying to solve their hope problem with food, that's one thing. But if you look at it in those terms, to solve a hope problem with food is actually kind of awkward, because what kind of hope is there in that? For myself, personally, I tend to put my hope in different things. For example, I'm a Christian, and so therefore I put my hope and my faith in really who my Savior is, in Jesus. And I feel like there's so much more that is given back to me when I look at my faith or with my Savior instead of food. It's sort of a weird contrast, I know, and I understand. However, all of us are looking for an answer to our hope. So where do we put our hope? Where do we put our trust?
Wow, so we can see that food is pretty powerful. And you know what? We need it every day. If we want to live long, healthy lives, we need to make quality meals. So if you find yourself, though, as an emotional eater and turning to food during times of crisis and stress, I have 3 solutions that might help you out. Number 1 is really try to make good quality, nutritious meals and eat with family and friends. Focus on the positive things in life, make your meals enjoyable, cook together, and you might just enjoy eating that much more. Number 2 is if you find yourself turning to food during times of crisis, you need to find another outlet to deal with those emotions. You might want to try journaling, praying, meditation, calling a friend, exercise, or seeing a counselor if you tend to put on a lot of weight from dealing with emotions. The third thing is to find balance in everything. You have to balance how much you are eating with how much you're exercising. This is how you can have weight loss and then weight maintenance. That is the key to a long, nutritious lifestyle. For show notes, please go to Sarah RD TV. Thank you.